Grant, and today I'm taking a look at a Seagull S6 acoustic guitar. This guitar belongs to a co-worker of mine. She wanted some new strings put on, a lighter gauge, and just to clean up and check the guitar. This guitar is made in Canada, and it does have a serial number on the back of the headstock. However, I was not able to find an easy way to identify what year this was made and specifically what specs this guitar has. So I'm just going to give you the specs that I've been finding for what's available as far as an original S6 online. Those specs may not pertain to this particular guitar. But what I found online, I'm looking at Guitar Center's website, and their Seagull S6 original acoustic guitar in a natural finish has a solid cedar top, laminated wild cherry sides and back. I don't know if that quite matches this. This whole guitar color looks pretty uniform, so I don't know if that's correct for this. It has a semi-gloss finish. It is rosewood fingerboard, I'm assuming rosewood bridge as well. The neck, silver leaf maple. 21 frets, 25.5 scale length, semi-gloss finish on the neck. And then, yes, the bridge is rosewood. The saddle and nut are tusk. And it's made in Canada, which I think I already mentioned. Right now, I think on this Guitar Center website, this guitar sells for, it's on sale right now. It's normally $650 minus change. It's on sale for $630. Whopping $20 off this guitar if you buy it soon. One of the things I noticed about some of the descriptions I was reading about this guitar, well, they were saying that, I can't remember if I read it in the specs, the nut width on this is 1.8 inches. So it's pretty wide neck. And they were saying this guitar is preferred or preferable to people with large fingers and large hands, I'm assuming. I thought initially, that's perfect. Maybe they'll enable me to be a little bit more accurate with my fingering on the fretboard, but I'm finding it difficult to play this guitar a little bit. The neck is smooth and, it's nice, but I wouldn't say it's not slippery at all. And because I'm having to accommodate my fingers to this wider fretboard, I find I'm having a little bit harder time playing this guitar. And it's a really nice guitar. It's certainly one of the more expensive or most expensive ones I've looked at so far, certainly since I've started this channel, by a long shot. It's just not calling to me yet. But anyway, so let me get there, and then we're gonna clean it up and change the strings and all that business, yada yada. But let you hear how it sounds a bit. It sounds good. It sounds good. I'm curious what it'll sound like with some lighter strings. This sounds very bassy to me. sounds pretty nice, actually. I like the way it sounds. The action on this is actually really good. It looks quite low. I was checking earlier, and there's just a little bit there, so I think the neck's all right. But for an acoustic guitar, maybe the saddle could come down a hair, but maybe more than a hair. I have a video about that coming up, by the way. It's set up pretty well. I mean, I'm sure the nut looks like it's cut well. The tuners, they feel okay. They, you know, everything feels solid. And I think they're holding tune. I don't like these tiny, what do they call these, butterbean knobs? These tiny ones. I've heard that somewhere probably, or not, I don't know. It's definitely, to me it seems like I'm not really interested in doing anything that I can do, which is not much, up here, or individual notes, or sliding around. It doesn't feel like that kind of guitar to me. It definitely is a cowboy chords guitar. It's a campfire guitar for sure. And maybe for somebody with bigger hands. Yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. So, the Seagull S6, let's get the strings off of here, clean her up, check some things, make sure the neck is nice and level. I think it is. And Give her a little bit of shine. The frets don't look too bad. I don't feel any scratchiness at all. They just might need a little buffing and stuff. Definitely the fretboard and the bridge look a little bit thirsty. No, a couple of little scuffs of binding, double binded. Something down here, I don't know what that is. It's paint. Not sure. See what we could do with that. But nothing, headstock looks pretty good. The neck looks nice. I'll have close-ups. Just needs a cleaning. Anyway, so I'll get on the bench and take you over there. See you in a bit. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take the strings off this guitar. I feel a little bad about, I feel like I wasn't very positive about this guitar. This guitar is a great guitar, and definitely I think for somebody with larger hands than mine and larger fingers than mine would really, really like this guitar. You know, I'm just starting out with all this stuff, and you know, I've done a handful of things really, compared to a lot of people. But so what do I know about guitars and what feels good and what doesn't? I don't know. I'm not saying that I do. I'm not advising anybody to do what I do necessarily. I'm just sharing my experience. And but I have found that there are some guitars that just don't speak to me. And this guitar is really nice and sounds fantastic. But I just can't see myself picking it up on a regular basis. I just, you know, unfortunately. Got it all cleaned up, strings changed. The fretboard was very thirsty. Cleaned it really well. Cleaned up the bridge, polished everything, tightened all the screws for the tuners and the strap button, and checked the neck level. Very, very slight amount of relief, which is, I think, in my opinion, perfect. Right in the middle. And I didn't measure the action, but I think it's pretty good for an acoustic. It looks pretty close to the fretboard, especially getting up to these frets up here. Frets all look very level. Didn't see any rocking. Maybe a little bit somewhere in here, but just very insignificant. Certainly not anything that I'm going to address. And yeah, got the lighter strings put on and tuned up. Really good, really pretty guitar. And I've tuned it, but I haven't played it yet, so I'm not sure how it's gonna sound. Let's see. Mikey, likey. Oh, it sounds really good. Sounds really nice. I'm gonna try and play this song. how I was saying before that I had this guitar, I wasn't really feeling it? I'm starting to feel it a little bit. Starting to feel a bit. Really, all it needed was just a little cleanup for it to be, I don't know. I think it sounds really good though. Spoke too soon. Spoke way too soon. Not everything. Cowboy chords, great. Anything going up and down the neck for me personally, no, not on this guitar. But cowboy chords, fantastic. So far, so far. It's loud. This is a loud acoustic. Maybe it's the strings, the changey gauge of strings, but it seems a lot louder than it was before. Could be me, I don't know. But to me, it seems louder. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Anyway, I like this for some songs. Not all songs. This is a super nice guitar though. It's a super nice guitar. And if you have giant Bigfoot hands, then you probably want one of these. I don't know. But me personally, it's a bit too much, and but I like it. I really like it. It's a nice sounding guitar. It really sounds good. It really sounds good when you've got somebody who can play it properly. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Again, this is a Seagull S6. I have a link where you can look at it in the description. I don't get paid for any of it, so yeah, click away. Anyway, cheers. Hope you have a wonderful evening, morning, good night, or afternoon. Are those all the different times of day? Yes. Have a good one of those. Cheers. No, what the f I'm doing there?